Let me read you some definitions of fear. Cambridge says, fear, an unpleasant emotion or thought that you have when you are frightened or worried by something dangerous, painful, or bad that is happening or might happen. Dictionary.com. Fear, a distressing emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, pain, etc. Whether the threat is real or imagined, the feeling or condition of being afraid. The first thing that AI says. Fear is a basic, intense emotion aroused by the detection of imminent threat or danger, triggering immediate psychological or physiological fight or flight responses like rapid heartbeat, sweating, and muscle tension. It acts as an adaptive, short-term survival mechanism against specific dangers, often manifesting as profound worry or anxiety. So, with all that being said, fear. It's seen as a negative thing, a negative emotion, and a negative trait, intuitive trait that we have. As we see it explained and portrayed in mediums, it's seen as something bad, something that we stray away from, something that, means bad, something we have to get away from it. As it says in the definition, fight or flight. What's going to happen? I'm not sure. I'm worried. It's building up. Get away. Get out. Go. Fear. But honestly, lately, I've been abandoning that thought process. Yes, I know by definition that is what fear is at its core. And yes, I acknowledge that, but through trial and error, through life experience, honestly, I see fear as something completely different. Or rather, more so on the other side of that same exact coin. The same coin that says we must be anxious, fearful. We're unsure. We don't know. Bad connotation. I see it as something that tells me that I care. Crazy analogy, but through watching shows like anime, right? When you watch like anime or any kind of crime show or whatever, they use the principle of fear as, hey, like, you're afraid. Like a horror movie, you're afraid. It means bad. You must run away. You have to get away. You're weak. But that same fear is how we see our heroes, our protagonists, conquer. How could fear and conquer be the same? Conquer, it's something powerful. It's something, something you understand, something you have the grasp of. How could fear be even in the same breath? Because fear means you care. In the same intimate, this fear is telling you, I want to live. I want to survive. And in other mediums, such as, again, anxiety, you have the fear of failing. You have the fear of, not being enough. You have the fear of all these things. How could you fear if you don't care? That means, you don't fear that you're gonna fail. That means you care so much to not fail. And what does that mean? That means you care to succeed. Whatever the matter is, take that same fear and heed it, not as a warning, but I don't want to say a light, but that same fight or flight, that same rapid heartbeat, it's telling you, go. Not go away. Go towards what it is that you fear. You can't, careful with my words, you can fail, but there's no shame in failing. Because every time that you fail and fail and fail, that means you're getting closer to succeed. So go. fail, but fail well. You make sure you learn and understand. You fear what you can't understand. Well, for you, the only way for you to understand, the stage before understanding is not understanding. So why would you fear not understanding, not knowing? Fear. Go towards, not away. It means you care. It means you want to understand. It means you want to survive. It means you have choice in this matter. They say you're weak at times with fear. No, that's your strength. Think about it. That fight or flight mode that we have is survival, as one of the definitions proclaims. Survival. Of course, you want to survive, but after you survive, you need to thrive. So go. Understand that fear is not something that we need to fear. I don't want to just, keep patting you down. I'll exemplify myself. So many times in my life, I fear just, wow, we can go a whole different place, but I'll say one example, school, right? School, I fear that I'm not equipped to get these good grades. I'm not equipped to understand life itself. I'm not equipped to, even after I pass and everything, I fear my lack of intelligence. I fear my naivety. I fear just so many parts of me. And not out of insecurity, but just, again, from not understanding. Because of my youth. Because of my inexperience. I fear these things. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I sit here and I talk to you and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared. Every day I'm scared. I fear many things. Because, of course, that is my fight or flight. That is my survival instinct. Because I want to live and thrive. And I recognize that. So I say with school, no need to fear my failure. It hasn't happened yet. How could I know the future? I don't. You don't. There's nothing to fear. We think either we're going to fail or we're going to succeed. How about we do both? What if neither happens? There's so many possibilities, but with stats aligning with, our prior knowledge, we know that certain habits inhibit success or failure. So, to put ourselves in the best position to succeed or to go towards whatever we want to do, we need to do these habits. So, for school, man, I don't know if I could. It's too hard. It's a subject I'm not interested in. It's boring. Yeah, I don't want to do it, or again, I fear me falling short, but let me go ahead and study and put in this time and put in this work. I don't know what it's going to get me, but I'm sure that I have a higher chance to pass. Now, when I pass, I don't know. Is that an A? Is that a B? Is that a C? I don't know, but I'm in the realm of passing. I'm not failing. Same thing when I talk to you. I could only give you the knowledge that I behold in this present moment. Sorry. I could turn around tomorrow and tell you a whole different thing. So, should I fear making this video, trying to inform you, trying to help you out, trying to help me out as I exercise my thoughts and my abilities? No. Sometimes I may be right, sometimes I may be wrong. That's why we have these conversations, my friend. You could correct me. My belief and my hope. My fault. My belief and my hope between our knowledge together is stronger than the fear that I behold of failing, of not knowing. And that goes into another point I want to stand out or bring out with fear. Fear means accountability. Again, I'm going to use school again. Fear means, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if I could pass this class. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Why? Realistically, if I'm putting in the work, if I'm confident, if I'm doing everything that I can, if I'm trying my hardest, what is there to fear? You understand how that doesn't go hand in hand? Right. So accountability. Clearly, I'm unprepared. I don't fear the test. I'm fearing my lack of accountability for myself. I'm not doing something that I know I should be doing. Same thing with, I guess you want to put fight or flight, horror, whatever, fighting scenario. I'm not fearing that. Maybe sometimes you fear that someone could beat you, whatever. But my case, I'm not fearing that the other person's beating me. I'm fearing that, am I ready for this fight? Whether it's psychological, physical, but am I ready for this? I'm not prepared. I don't know their moves. I don't know how they're going to approach this. Can I react? Can I deflect? What do I do? Will I be the winner? All these thoughts. Accountability. No, I know my strengths. I know that I'm protected by, my belief, and of course, but I shouldn't even have those fears. Take accountability. Many other aspects of life. Again, I'm using school because I just feel like, easy understand. Same thing with work, same thing. Like, you get a conference, whatever. But that applies to many other things. You working out, relationships, whether romantic or platonic, or even with your family, things of that nature. It doesn't matter whatever aspect you want to put into it, whether it's your dreams, your career, whatever. That fear just means that you care. And you care. So take accountability in the fact that you care. Take accountability of your shortcomings. Take accountability in the things that you fall short of. I know that's basically the same thing, but take accountability of these things. And you have nothing to fear. If you so wish to get rid of this fear. And sometimes the fear is not going to just go away like that, of course. There's chronic fears, which I'm sure you could think of. But again, those are building blocks. You build day by day. You do day by day, moment by moment, second by second. You take care of what you need to take care of, even when you don't want to do it. That fear is motivation. They always say the fear of God. People see it as a condemning bad thing, but, because obviously they see God as a positive force. So fear God, like, how does that? I don't understand. No, that fear, again, certain actions, certain thoughts, principles that you're doing that will disobey his will. That fear means, again, you care to fulfill his will, to show your love to him. So that same fear, that same care makes you accountable. You know that you're not supposed to do certain things, so you try your best to stray away from it. Or again, if we're all human, we all make mistakes. You make the mistake, you take that same care and accountability, and you present your fear into repentance and apology. So again, Fear. Fear is something to steer. I'm not a rapper. But, yeah, man. Fear. I hope this helps someone out. I hope you, maybe it's something you knew already, but share it with a friend. And, again, if you don't know me already, even now, come on. Me and you close, right? Right, twin? But, just in case you forgot. Damn, I'm all on putting the mic. But, in case you forgot, my name is Mark. It's for humanity. And if you want to shout me out, you know what I'm saying? You want to reach out to the boy. You can find me on the gram. You can find me on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Of course, YouTube. Find me there too. At Marcus for Humanity for all those platforms. Or, hey, you more of a business savvy type of guy, you can email me at marcusforhumanity@gmail.com. I'd appreciate it. And again, I always reply as fast as I can. Let's talk about life. It don't gotta be questions. We just chat out. You feel me? Or, don't matter. But thank you for taking the time to listen again. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, show love. I'd appreciate it. And don't even do it for me. Do it for you. So you can look back and see what you were thinking at the time and be like, maybe you might be like, wow, I'm a smart person. Or you might be like, what was I thinking? I know for sure when I watch these back. Anyways, yeah, I appreciate it. And as always, stay blessed, stay believing, I kind of forgot my outro. It's been a while. Oh my gosh. I don't know the third one. Oh my gosh, I forgot, yo. What was it? I'm not cutting none of this out. Y'all know I never cut it out. Stay blessed, stay believing, stay. You know what? Stay beautiful today, 'cause you are.